Hi Filipino learners, kumusta kayo? My name is JC, and in today's video, I will be teaching you personal pronouns in Filipino and how to use them. Okay, there will be two groups of personal pronouns that I will teach you today. The first group will be the pronouns that replaces the focus or the subject of the sentence, and the other group will be used to replace those that are not the subject. It seems simple, right? However, it can get confusing for non-native speakers to decide which one to use because of sentences like this. He likes me, when translated in Filipino, is gusto niya ako. Oddly, we use the pronoun niya when referring to he, which is the subject of the sentence. And then we used ako, a Filipino pronoun for a subject, when we meant me, which is not the subject in this sentence. Why is that? Well, today I will explain to you what exactly happened, but first let us go over each Filipino pronouns, or in Tagalog, we call them panghalip panao. Okay, for first person singular, when replacing the focus of the sentence or the subject, you use ako. If it's not the subject, you use ko. For second person singular, ikaw or ka when replacing the focus or the subject. Later, I'll show you when to use ikaw and when to use ka. If it's not the subject, you use mo. For third person singular, when replacing the focus of the sentence, you use siya. And this is gender neutral, unlike in English, we have he or she. In Filipino, the gender does not matter. If it's third person singular, you use siya. Okay, and if it's not the subject, you use niya. That's also gender neutral. Okay, for first person plural, when replacing the focus of the sentence or the subject, you use tayo or kami. Tayo is used when by we, you mean we including the person that you're talking to, while you use kami if by we you mean we as in not including the person that you're talking to or excluding the person that you're talking to. If it's not the subject, we have natin or namin. For first person plural, again, natin is used when you mean including the person that you're talking to, and then namin if it does not include the person that you're talking to. Next, for second person plural, we have kayo for the subject or the focus, and then nyo if it's not the subject. Third person plural, we have sila if it's the focus of the sentence or the subject. And then if it's not the focus, you use nila. Now let's use them in sentences. I am happy is masaya ako. He or she is sleeping, natutulog siya. You are beautiful, maganda ka. They went to the store, pumunta sila ng tindahan. As you may have already noticed, we construct our sentences differently. The subject comes after the verb or the adjective. Although there's another way of forming these sentences in Filipino. The first one, you can say, ako ay masaya. For the second, siya ay natutulog. Third one, ikaw ay maganda. For the last one, sila ay pumunta ng tindahan. Here, the subject goes first, like in English, followed by the predicate. Just don't forget to put I in between the subject and the predicate. However, this structure is not used very much in spoken Filipino. So to sound more natural, you can just use the first one, okay? But the reason why I showed you this structure is because I want to talk about this. Remember how there are two pronouns or two subject pronouns for the second person singular in Filipino, ikaw and ka. Now, this is how they are used. If you use the second formation where the subject goes first, you use ikaw. Ka never begins a sentence. However, if you use the first sentence formation where the adjective or the verb goes first, you use ka. Now, going back to my example at the beginning, he likes me when translated in Filipino is gusto niya ako. You know how in English, almost always, the person doing the action is the subject in the sentence, right? Well, that is not the case in Filipino. In Filipino, sometimes the object or the receiver of the action becomes the subject of the sentence. And one example where this happens is when both the doer of the action and the receiver of the actions are persons or people. Just like in this case, he, the subject, and me, the receiver of the action, are both persons. When saying this in the Filipino language, the receiver of the action will become the subject. Okay, let's do a couple more examples. She is helping me is tinutulungan niya ako. You love him is mahal mo siya. We admire them. Hinahangaan namin sila. So in all of those, the receiver of the action becomes the subject. Okay, there's one last pronoun that I want to talk about, and that is kita. Kita is used when the doer of the action is the person talking, and the receiver of the action is the person you are talking to. Halimbawa, I love you is mahal kita. I will teach you is tuturuan kita. I helped you. Tinulungan kita. So in those examples, the subject is me, the speaker, while the receiver of the action is the person that I'm speaking to. Well, that's it for today. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up. And for any questions, leave a comment. I'll try my best to answer them. And also, please click subscribe and the notification bell for more videos like this. Sa susunod ulit, paalam!